Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this quick video, we're flashing back to July 2023, when this spot needed some serious attention, but had plenty of potential. With no gardening or landscaping experience, I wanted to take on the challenge of creating a shade garden. Stick around to see what I came up with, and this spring I'm planning on doing an update to the area, so I'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions. So anyways, I've been to the nursery, consulted with a horticulturalist about a few plants that could possibly go in this area and really accent it nicely. I'm going to leave the ferns, but obviously all the brambles need to go. And I think once I've got those out, it's going to be pretty sparse here. So a few plants will make it look nice, but I don't want to make it too overwhelmed. So we'll see what I come up with. Here's the pile of brambles and briars that I did pull out of this little fern garden. I am leaving the salmonberry. It's native, I believe, and it doesn't really grow fast and it doesn't tend to take over. The other one, I actually transplanted it just now, is this thimbleberry, which I've only just learned exists. I thought it was a raspberry, but it's a native berry that's edible. You can use it to make jams and whatnot. You can also use the salmonberry to make jams and pies, which I didn't know until recently, so that'll be pretty cool. So anyways, this is kind of the back end look at the area so far. One thing I did kind of decide upon is I have this pile of old rotting fence posts here. Don't know who put them there or what their story is, although this did used to be a sheep farm, so probably part of their old pen. But I'm going to try laying those out to act as a very rough border around this area, just to give it a little bit more structure, and then we'll start putting in some plants. All right, I've got everything planted where I want it. We have our Heucheras here, the border, and then whatever the heck that's called. This is a Heartline something or other, can't remember the name. I'm, again, not a gardener. And then we've got our bleeding hearts up here. They're kind of at the end of their bloom cycle, so in the spring there'll be a little bit more pop. But I do like the contrast they give from those dark ferns in the background and this nice silvery stuff. That's going to look really good. And it does suggest planting it underneath ferns, so hopefully it survives. And then got another one of those silver guys here, and then some hellebores. Two of them. I may have planted them too close together, but we'll find out. And I think if they grow into each other a little bit, that'll be okay. And then back here, I got this interesting guy. It's another hellebore, but it blooms in winter, and you can see that's what the flower is supposed to look like. Late winter, so like January, February, sometime that should be blooming. So that'll be pretty cool. And then while I was pulling out some of the ferns that were over in this area, they came out by their root balls, so I just stuck them back in there to help fill in where I pulled out a bunch of weeds. So I think overall it's looking pretty good. Thanks for watching. That was my first attempt at a shade garden, plenty of room to grow. If you have any tips or plant suggestions, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow along as I update this spot in the spring.